2 months since we've been back to civilization?
Yeah, I think so.
We recently hit a rock at high speed. I'm very nervous. This is probably gonna be the most technical thing I've ever done with an outboard. We just got our stuff.
Before we crossed the Pacific, we really wanted to upgrade to a dinghy that we could really rely on.
And this is just going to totally change our lives.
I think I'm gonna cry, like, ah.
Previously on Project Atticus.
After spending 3 years refitting our fixer-upper sailboat, we left the United States with only $2,000 and the goal of working while we cruised. We made it as far as Isla Mujeres, Mexico, before we ran out of money and had to find work. For the next year, we did freelance boat repair jobs until we saved up enough cash to cast the lines and sail south to explore the Western Caribbean.
Since the outbreak of the coronavirus, we've been adhering to a strict lockdown in Bocas del Toro, Panama. Recently, we've received permission to leave civilization behind and travel to more remote regions of the archipelago. We are underway and we are actually heading back to civilization. We had a couple of things happen. One, we hit a rock with little shit at high speed.
Yeah.
And little shit's okay, but the outboard, the transmission is having a problem. And so I've got to investigate and see what's going on. And also, we ordered a bunch of stuff from the States months ago. Stuff for, a bunch of our projects that are coming up. And it's been kind of in limbo ever since coronavirus hit. And we finally got it all on its way to Bocas. It's been, how long? 2 months since we've been back to civilization?
Yeah, I think so. It'll be nice to hook up to the water and get some hot showers and be able to exercise and get off the boat again. So. So it's been really nice being back in the marina. We basically spent the last couple of days getting everything cleaned out, throwing away all of our trash. Yesterday, I was really excited because I had one thing left out and the whole boat was gonna be clean. So coming to the closet. So I was trying to get this in there. There wasn't a lot of room. So I just kind of like wedged myself against the door and pushed, and all of a sudden I hear like, and I was like, oh crap. And basically the framing of the door just totally ripped off.
So we now have 3/4 of a door.
Yeah.
Here's the piece that broke off. And yeah, it's just one more thing I'm gonna have to fix.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those moments where I was just like, 58-year-old boat.
Well, you got a little drier out here, boss. That's okay. Every boat's got it.
I never really needed this thing anyway.
You got this, bud.
Yeah,
You're
thanks.
killing it right now. You need any help?
I probably should have asked for it, but now I'm through. Alright, so we are walking down the dock. We just got our stuff.
Woo!
That arrived to the marina.
We've got that big thing.
That's a big thing. Okay.
We've got that big thing.
That's a big thing too.
And then we've got those big things over
All
there.
these boxes.
Woo-hoo! This is a refrigerator slash freezer all in one. We actually have an angle on Atticus, but we kind of abused it. It just started rusting to crap on the outside. And then also one of the freezer plates is starting to give up a little bit. So our dinghy Little Shit has kind of been on his last leg for a while now. Before we crossed the Pacific, we really wanted to upgrade to a dinghy that we could really rely on. It was a little bit more robust and stronger. So we were able to work with Highfield, and they helped us out with this brand new Highfield UL290 dinghy. Oh, it's super light.
Be real careful with that knife there, buddy.
It's so nice. This is our new roller furl Genoa from Precision Sails. Woo, look at that crisp Dacron. This is the Spinnaker. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, last package. What do we got here, bud?
So this is from Selden. This is the drum for the new furler. And this, in conjunction with our new sails from Precision Sails, is just going to totally change our lives. I am so excited to never ever lower our giant Genoa ever again. This is the new mizzen boom. It's gonna be a huge improvement. It's a lot bigger because we switched over to mid-boom sheeting. Plus, you know, the gooseneck on our old mizzen boom had broken. So this is our permanent solution for that problem. This is our new whisker pole. It's a telescoping whisker pole. So this, if and when we cross the Pacific, will really come in handy.
We're just hanging out in my new shirt.
Yeah?
My Selden shirt.
Yeah, you like that
I
thing?
got a little buff too.
Yeah?
I love swag.
Woo!
Muscle woman over there.
Yeah. This is Max and Eugenia, our friends from a fellow small boat. How big is your boat?
It's 30 feet. Yeah.
30 feet, there you go. This is moving on, changing homes to help another budget cruising couple out.
We're gonna have refrigeration.
That's
Yeah.
right, cold beers.
Cold beers. Oh man, we've been dreaming about it for months. Awesome.
All right, bud. Moment of truth. Do you want the beer holder on your side or on my side?
I think you know the answer, bud.
My side, you're
No,
Good call.
wrong. This is the Highfield UL290. Little Shit has treated us well, but compared to this thing, it really is just a toy. For crossing the Pacific and exploring the super remote islands in the South Pacific, this thing is gonna be a lifesaver because I'm gonna not worry about traveling miles along the coast of an atoll or, you know, being far from Atticus and also very far from civilization. It's got 3 chambers. The tube has 3 air chambers. And so if we were to pop one of those chambers, you know, doing some of the dodgy stuff that we do, like sneaking in between mangroves and stuff. Good thing we've got a non-poppable boat. We could pretty much limp back to Atticus and hopefully not damage the outboard. Little Shit had a folding transom. This is a fixed transom, but it's just a lot more robust. The hull is aluminum, and then these really strong gussets make sure that you're transferring the load from the outboard to the hull like extremely effectively. This gives me a lot of confidence. This is all plastic and aluminum where the outboard mounts. Little Shit, the transom was plywood, so that makes me feel great that this isn't gonna rot. I love the fact that the hull for this dinghy is aluminum just because it, you know, it's lightweight but exceptionally strong, and I don't worry so much about hitting a rock or something at high speed now. With a fiberglass bottom, I was a little more concerned about that.
The guy who owns this boat bought Little Shit from us, and actually the timing was really great. You know, she's kind of a piece of crap,
Yeah.
but I have so much love for her.
Yeah. I don't know.
God. I think I'm gonna cry. Like, yeah.
You remember that very first trip we went on with Little Shit?
Mm-hmm.
And what's that behind you?
It's a brand new dinghy.
What are we calling it?
Little Shit.
Little Shit.
Or maybe Lil Shit.
L-I-L' shit.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Little shit. Yeah, remember when Alan was throwing in those lobsters and just popped it?
Yeah, that was our first hole.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from that, there.
God, I'm like actually emotional. Yeah, I'm over it. This thing is pretty awesome.
I am the one, babe. I am the one for you. Don't ask me how I know it. I just know it's true.
So we were off grid on Atticus for about 2 months, which means we've got a lot of laundry. And we did do a lot of kind of like rainwater laundry on deck, but that doesn't really clean our clothes completely. So I was really excited when we got to the marina. I just dropped off 2 huge bags of all of our clothes, all of our sheets and towels, and I'm really excited to get them nice and clean. All right, so one of the things that we do to kind of conserve space on Atticus, we've got these like ridiculously huge like lounging pillows. This is where we store our extra blankets and rags and things like that. And so there's actually a pocket right here in the front also where I have an extra pillow so that once I put everything in, it's actually nice and soft on this side. Another thing that we do to save some space on Atticus is we use these little bags for all of our clothes. We used to try to fold our clothes and keep them in here really neatly, but it just gets real messy real fast. And we found that we can actually fit way more into a compartment if we use these bags. A downside to this system is that our clothes can get a little bit wrinkly, but we've also long ago kind of switched to this quick dry fabric. It dries a lot quicker and they're a lot easier to stay clean and they don't wrinkle as much as cotton.
Although we are really excited to take the new dinghy out for a spin, I have got to get started on what we actually initially came to the marina for, which is the fact that our outboard is not functioning right now. So we recently hit a rock at high speed. Then the last time we started it up, it would run, but even in neutral, no matter what gear it was in, every now and then you'd just hear this ping, 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 king. Long story short, lots of research later. I'm pretty sure that one of the gears here in the transmission broke like a tooth. I'm very nervous. This is probably gonna be the most technical thing I've ever done with an outboard. So wish me luck, and I hope this goes smooth. Now that I got the lower unit off, I don't know, I was real nervous when I just started a second ago, and now that I can kind of hold this in my hand and see how small it is, I just feel more confident, probably for no good reason. Okay, well, I'm almost positive now that the problem is broken gears in the transmission, because I found a bunch of little pieces of metal like this one right here in the gear oil. You can see here all the metal shards that were just loose in there. And so it appears that the majority of the damage is to the gear at the end of the drive shaft. I'm going to have to figure out how to pull that gear off of the drive shaft. So time for me to break open my trusty service manual. Well, it looks like this was the main culprit. You can see a lot of the teeth are broken.
Oh man.
Maybe when we impacted the rock and the prop hit it, the load got transferred to this whole assembly, and that's why I was hearing like a ping, ping, because this would like spin freely for a moment and then catch.
Did it damage the parts around it?
The metal shards from those broken teeth did a little bit of damage to the teeth on these other gears, but it's nothing too bad.
Nice sleuthing, bud.
Nice what's sleuthing?
It's like detectiving.
You kiss your mother with that mouth? You're a sleuth.
I'm a sloth.
Hey, buddy.
So my next step is to order the replacement parts and then have them shipped here from the States. And then the other thing is I'm going to just clean all of this real good, and especially clean the inside of the housing real good, because we want to get all of those little metal pieces out of there. Oh.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We wanted to thank some of our newest patrons. So to kick things off, we're going to start off with our bosun level patrons. So we've got Sergio Kovacevic and Travis Steenbergen.
And our newest Yachtmaster level patrons, Darnell Fortune
And Annie McQuigg. And finally, thanks to our newest Deckhand level patrons, Brett Johnson, Kelly and Rosemary Atkins, Evo and Christina Lage, Doug Higgs, Ryan Eichman, Marcus Mullis, Doug Vaughn, David J. Gallardo, Brian Young, Tina Morrison, Floyd Young,
Francis Del Vecchio, Tom Shed, Rob and Carol Crisp, Nat Metrost, Michael Anthony, Mark Lethbridge, Tim Herzog, SV Fez, Paul Coburn, and Sailing Islander. So thank you guys so much for your support. Without you, we would not be able to put so much time, love, and energy into these videos. And other than that, we'll catch you guys next Thursday.